Okay, to all the new Sherlockians, many of you probably have heard of the new Sherlock, the American one, called Elementary. We're going to be talking about it today.
And please excuse any random drumline noises you might hear. We're at a band competition, and it's our last one of the season.
Again, surprise, surprise.
Yeah, it's our last one. Thank you, Megan.
There you go.
This is our last competition of the season, so
We just got in finals, so we're like really happy.
We broke into finals. We weren't sure if we would because we didn't place, but we did, and we have to go change in about 15 minutes.
So we're going to
talk
do this
quickly.
Okay, so I just watched the new one over the weekend on demand because I missed it because I'm stupid and I didn't record it because and
drumline.
there you go, drumline. And it is really good. Before I say anything about it, it is a really good show. But my problem with it is that it feels not Sherlock-y enough. It feels like just another one of those crime shows, like CSI and
It's
NCIS.
reminiscent of The Mentalist.
It is kind of,
Because The Mentalist was based off Sherlock Holmes, if any of you have seen that show.
But sometimes I got surprised because I forgot that it was related to Sherlock Holmes, so they would call them Sherlock or Watson. I'm like, what? Oh, right.
I feel the same way. Like, I think that I like it, but I think
It's not Sherlock-y enough.
It's not.
And I think they're focusing a little too much on his previous drug addiction. I mean, yes, I'm happy that they're addressing it, but they don't have to focus the entire show around it.
Okay, but my thing is that, okay, I agree that they are, like, spending a lot of time talking about his past, but I think the regular Sherlock, like the Sherlock on BBC, that is, gotta remember that that's 3 episodes, an hour and a half long. This
True.
is.
And there's only been 2 hour-long episodes.
I mean, yeah, and there's going to be like 13 episodes in a season, so they do have to add more content to it than a normal Sherlock show.
I would like to see more about Sherlock's work in London before he fell into drugs and why he fell into drugs.
And why he went to New York.
Why he became so addicted, because those of you who know traditional Sherlock, he used the drugs, but he never seemed quite addicted
he was never
to them.
really addicted.
He was more like, oh yeah, I'll use them because I'm bored, but he never was like, I need cocaine.
This is Lexi.
That's Kora. You met Lexi in our Doctor Who episode.
I was a new Whovian.
She was
Webisode,
one of the 3
whatever.
Musketeers.
Yes. She was a new Whovian, and and this is Kora, who doesn't like Doctor Who, but we don't judge her because she doesn't judge us and whatnot. So, yes, these are 2 of our friends, and they will be helping us talk about Elementary today.
Which is amazing.
Yes, they are our special guests today.
What do you guys think about Elementary?
I really like it. Like,
I do too.
At first it was really hard to understand whoever the actor who plays Sherlock Holmes' accent at first, but you guys watch way more BBC television than I do, so I kind of had to turn it up. But after a while, I kind of liked it. And
What's your favorite part about the series in general?
Just like, I like, you know how in regular crime shows, they like make the audience figure it out. Like, they lead the audience to figure it out, where Sherlock Holmes is just a badass and he's just like, I know what's going on, it's okay.
It's like, bam, there's the person.
Bam, answer.
And
Lexi,
what does
do you
Lexi think?
Have you seen it?
You're gonna kill me.
No?
No.
I haven't yet. You know.
Would you like to see it? Have you heard anything about
My
it?
house.
Wait,
I have both episodes recorded, I
You said
think.
Cumberbatch was in it?
No, this is Johnny Lee Miller.
Oh,
Johnny
okay.
Lee
Because you said Sherlock, and I got confused because that was No, that's
Yeah,
Sherlock
no.
on BBC. This is Sherlock.
Okay.
Elementary.
Since you haven't been exposed to it, we can ask you this. What do you think about the possibility of an American version of Sherlock?
Oh, I think now I know what you're talking about. I'm slow, sorry.
Yeah.
I think interesting.
Interesting? How
Probably not
so?
as cool as the British one, but
I mean,
Why?
it is a little different because it's set in New York.
Yeah, I don't get
It
why
is
it
a little
has to be
different.
set in
Meghan.
New York.
Talk about the differences between it being set in London and it being set in New York. 1,
okay,
2,
well-
3, pause.
Okay, well, as many of you know, the new one, Elementary, is set in New York City, while Sherlock on BBC is set in London.
The traditional London.
The traditional Sherlock is. But I think it's kind of interesting that he is in New York, but then again, he's not American, he's also British, but I want to know why he went to New York. That's my first, I really want to know why he went to in New York instead of staying in London.
How do you think this Sherlock would have acted if he was still in London? Like, how would he have gotten along on Scotland Yard and versus Captain Gregson in New York?
I think, I don't know, I think it would have been like similar to him, you know? So I think that like, he would have been bored, I don't know. But I think New York is like a new like change.
But it's also good to go outside the box. Like, you know, like some people like traditional stuff, like the same, like, you know, Sherlock is the same and it's been the same, but like this is kind of a new, different interpretation.
Well, I
to
say-
what everyone thinks.
I say that 21st century is pretty damn different.
And then,
Well, no, not that, but the whole New York thing.
Yeah,
is
true.
different, too.
But-
yeah.
That's like a
Okay.
new spin on it.
all right, Zoe,
Okay.
how do you feel?
Okay, well, my point of interest is that they made Watson played by Lucy Liu, which is quite interesting.
Now I know what you're talking about.
As Lexi just figures it out.
Hold on.
It's just, it's really weird for me because obviously it changes the whole dynamic of their relationship, and you gotta wonder, are they going to try to turn this into a romance? Because that would be really wrong, because Sherlock Holmes is like the original bromance. He and Watson have this really weird
It really
relationship
is.
that's it's such a bromance, and I love it so much. Yeah, it's weird because I'm worried that they're gonna try to do something, especially because now she's his drug sitter.
Usually though, in American television, every time you have a guy and you have a girl, they get together, it's romance.
I
So
don't-
that's basically what America wants, which
Right.
Yeah.
is like if they do that, it's gonna.
So
make
I
me
feel
mad.
like they're going
I
to
feel
do
like
that,
they're
and it's
to
going
get
to make me
together
very
and
mad.
it's just gonna be raw.
I mean, I like how they've done it the first couple episodes,
Sorry, you're talking.
but I'm just like, I can tell they're trying to build up that dynamic.
I don't
Yeah.
I did like, those of you who haven't seen the last episode, plug your ears. I did like how Johnny Sherlock invited over Watson's ex-boyfriend for dinner.
Yeah,
I
that was
thought
hilarious.
absolutely hilarious, and I love that. That was like the dynamic.
The first time he meets him, that's hilarious.
That was a typical Sherlock thing to do, and I loved it. We're done now.
I have to get my boots. Bye.
Go. Bye. Okay, Megan, say bye. Bye. Bye.
Bye. See, I need cocaine.
People think that we're crazy. I fixed it. Whoa. Hi, sorry.
Almost stepped on my glass.
I didn't though. That's the important part.
I was like humming to myself. I was like, do do do.
I could hear you.